Hi, I'm Sarah Mckusker. I'm the director of the Canton Public Library. I am here demonstrating some of what we like to call our Makerspace Unplugged activities. We're a smaller library, so we don't have a lot of the tech activities that some of the larger libraries around us have, like Simsbury. But we do a lot of hands-on kind of more arts and crafts type things at our library. So I have on the table over there, I have some of our Tinker Tuesday materials. Tinker Tuesday is a weekly program we have for children at our library, which is drop-in. I have brought my spinning wheel. We have a lot of staff members who spin and knit and crochet and do all kinds of other fiber art, so that's something we do a lot of at our library.
We have Kyla here from Ethel Walker School, a group called the Wirecats, and she's going to tell us all about their project and how they did it.
So this is our robot from this year's game. We participate in a competition called the First Robotics Competition, and every year they release a brand new game that you have to build a robot for. So this year's game was called First Power Up, and the objective was to pick up cubes and toss them into multiple scales so you could gain ownership of the scale, like while competing against the other team. And you'd want to have the scale owned for most amount of time because it was time-based points, about 2 or 3 points per second. So you'd be putting multiple cubes on to try to keep ownership, and that's what our robot specializes in. We can take in cubes, angle the arm with the cube still intact, and then shoot it out into the scale.
Hi, so I work at Talcott Mountain Science Center. We are up on Avon Mountain, just a mile along the ridge from the Heublein Tower, and you can see us by our radar dome. If you're looking at the tower, just look a little to your right and you'll see us. We do all sorts of science, technology, engineering programs for students K through 8th grade, and we also take high school students and college students as scholars. So today we're making circuits here. When you push the correct answer, the light lights up, but if you push the wrong answer, it doesn't light up. Which is just a taste of what we do up at the Science Center.
We're here today from the Gifts of Love Farm. We brought 2 of our farm family members. We brought Yodel, and we have Swirl right over here. He's visiting with all the people that are out here today for the Makers Faire. We're talking a little bit about our summer camp programs today, so if people are interested in summer camp, they can come and get information from us today. We're also doing some carding with wool, so we can teach people about how to clean wool, because we have fiber animals as well on the farm. But most of all, we just want people to have fun with us today and get to know our farm family and the other volunteers that we have here today.
Hi, good morning. I'm Joe Buda from the Simsbury Historical Society, and here at the Makers Faire, we have an exhibit set up that deals with the history of lacrosse, really from the innovations in sticks, and the stick being the lacrosse stick. So we start out over at this corner here where we could see pictures of Native Americans, Indians playing lacrosse that used to be in fields that could be miles long between the goals, and playing the game. In the South, for example, they'd be using 2 sticks rather than just 1 lacrosse stick, which would be made out of wrapped around, 1 piece of wood wrapped around, and then rawhide put in between. The ball could be anything from leather to wood. And as it transitioned, the shape became more like what was considered a crow's, which was a walking stick, or one that's curved, that used by shepherds and others, and that's where it got its name. Lacrosse was a French term used when they first saw the game being played.
So we're here today with Leela from Simsbury Grange, and I believe she's doing an exhibit on fermentation. So why don't you tell us what you're doing and how you do it?
Sure. So right now I'm cutting up cabbage, and we already have some started right now. If you look in the bowl, using the masher with salt added to kind of create a brine. Eventually I'll get it into this jar right here, pack it really tight, and we'll have some sauerkraut. So that's pretty much it.
My name is Debbie Thibodeau. I'm with the Simsbury Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee, and we are a group of volunteers that work with members of town staff, such as the police department, public works, parks and rec, various other departments, to make biking safer for everyone in town and also walking. So we try and educate people about safe ways to bike and also safe ways to share the road with motorists. We actually try and educate motorists as well.
I'm Johnson Lishwinick, and I am one of the coaches for First Robotics at the high school. And we've been around for 8 years, and we have been able to go to the championship, the World Championship, 3 times. Last year, not this year, but last year we were able to go. And we also were able to compete at 2 different, each year we compete at 2 district championships.
We use these robots, and we're on an alliance, and so we can like team up against the other alliance, which is like red. We were on blue, and so we can do put the cubes inside a volt or a scale or a switch, and then whoever has like more time on the switch wins. And then during like the club, we do like we work on the robot by like adding or like fixing the robot.
And we encourage students at the elementary level. We've been trying to work with a few of the elementary schools to start some first Lego League teams, and hopefully next year we'll have 2 to 3 teams actually competing.
Okay, we are here in the Simsbury Mini Maker Faire with an activity called Taking Flight. So we have our wind tube, and we brought lots of different materials that the children can make and test in the tube. We're focusing mainly on parachutes, but they can make anything they'd like out of the materials that we have at hand. And we also have an incredible hoop glider, which is a very simple activity that they can make as well. It's just a straw and 2 hoops here.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Stapleford. I got all the wool straight off the sheep, and we did the fermented soup method of washing the wool. I dyed the wool in the crock pot with different dyes, and I've made everything here. I have a machine carder. I do wet wool felting and also machine felting. I have a machine felter at home.
We're here with Dawn, who is making origami seedling pots. And she's going to show us exactly how it works.
Yeah, so it's really easy. You start with a double spread newspaper. You're going to fold it in half. You're going to fold it in half again. You're going to fold it in half a 3rd time. Once you've folded it and you've creased it very, very, very nicely, you're going to take your corner, you're going to point it towards the top, crease your triangle, turn your page, turn another page, fold again the corner up towards the top, crease again, go back. You're going to take the wings, just like a paper airplane, you're going to fold them into the center, again creasing nicely. You're going to fold once more, making very narrow wings, just like a paper airplane. We're going to flip it, flip the pancake. We're going to fold the wings in to the center, just meeting, not overlapping. Again, folding once more. This is our almost our final fold. We're down to the wire. We're going to take our one top, fold it towards the points here, flip it, fold once more, again towards those points down towards the bottom, and then just like magic, pop, we have a seedling pot. You can fill it with dirt, and you can fill it with seeds from Simsbury Public Library's Seed Library, which is over by the reference desk.
So we're here with Lynette, and her company is Beads by Heart.
I've been in business for 11 years, and I make all one-of-a-kind pieces, and they all have matching earrings. This is the last I have for spring and summer, and I'm offering buy one, get 2 free because I'm retiring. This is the end of it, and I'm going to spend more time with my grandson, whom I love to pieces.
Hi, my name is John Cudworth, and I have a rigid heddle loom, and I made a homemade loom with its own heddle here, and there's the heddle I made. And in about the past year, I've just learned how to make all different kinds of weavings using a rigid heddle loom, and demonstrate here all the different capabilities of such with plain weave and various twills and other weaving patterns, including log cabin.
right, we're here today with Chris Bergen from Nesset, and he's going to tell us all about this very interesting looking project.
Hi, we're a 501c3 in Meriden, Connecticut. I brought some of my personal equipment here that I've been working on over at Nesset. We've got 2 3D printers that I've been rebuilding. They're okay, and they do function as shipped, but they're not the best of quality. Some of the aspects of them need to be reworked to properly function and not cause a hazard or just burn out rather quickly. So that's what I'm working on here today.
Well, so these are a few of the projects that I've built at the Nesset Makerspace. Our makerspace is just an assortment of laser cutters, wood shop equipment, electronics, woodworking equipment, and I've used all those tools that we have at the makerspace to make these. Like I welded this little tower, which is a 1/10 scale tower for this rocket here. I've laser cut and made and soldered up this little arcade controller for a video game. And I've made things like this larger rocket, which breaks Mach at 140 feet off the ground and goes about 1.5 miles in the air.
Hello, my name's Kirk Scully. Right now, these t-shirts that you see here on the table, all the pockets are made out of recycled pants. When it comes to reusing and recycling old clothing, there tends to be a disconnect in the industry. So we're working to recycle and reuse old clothing. These are still just an MVP, but we're hopefully going to be coming out with a lot more diverse and fully recycled clothing line in the fall.
Hi, I'm Dick Trask, and I'm here displaying my hobby of 3D printing. And today I'm making a fairy house. And the fairy house is made in a couple different pieces. I've already made the roof and the door and the chimney. And now I'm printing the shell of the house. It's going to take about 6 hours, and I think it's already about 2 hours into it. But hopefully it'll be done before the end of the show, and I can actually go home. I print a lot of things of my own design, like this iPad holder, a different style of iPad holder, and my infamous cousin coasters. I made printable coasters of each one of my 9 grandchildren and put them in a nice little display case. Everything from knife sheaths to little tools for marking your trademark in pottery.
Good morning, I'm Ken Messier from Untitled Trikes. We manufacture our Recumbent Trikes on 34 Hot Meadow Street in Simsbury. These are a titanium frame bike. It has a tadpole design with 2 wheels in the front and 1 in the back. Most of the ones that we do are power assist with a hub motor and a battery under the seat. We also have 20 speeds on this, which is similar to a regular bike. It has a planetary gear in the front that's 2 speeds and a standard 10-speed sprocket in the rear. The drum brakes make it safely. It's a brake that's similar to your car brakes. It operates like that. They also have a steering damper to keep it going straight, and if you have a weak leg and a stronger leg, it keeps you going straight when you're doing that. We do a lot of our bikes are adaptive. We do a lot for injured military. We also do a lot for MS patients, Parkinson's, strokes, and traumatic brain injury. So we modify our bikes as needed to allow anybody to ride.
Hi, my name is Paras Batani. I'm the owner of Next Gen Smartypants. We teach engineering, robotics, circuits, coding, 3D printing, augmented reality, virtual reality, tons of really great programs. We start at 3 years old and for preschool, and then all the way up to adults too. We're in a ton of the schools around here, so if we're not in your school yet, we're going to try to be.
Okay, my name is Kevin Ryan, and I make 3D printed sculptures that are illuminated, and the basis of the sculptures are for visual merchandising. So this is a tabletop piece that I've designed for taverns and other on-premise taverns and establishments behind the bar.
Yes, my name is Caesar, and I'm here with the company Renewal by Anderson. And today we're doing a window makeover raffle for the people who are looking to replace their windows, get brand new windows for their home.
have Walter and Nancy here today, and they're going to show us how to create a wire puzzle. So Walter, would you show us? Nancy, you hold it really close.
I'm delighted to show you. This is one of my favorite little activities for kids. It's great for grandchildren. It's great for people who are chronologically mature, such as myself. And the idea of this is to separate from the piece in my left hand the part in my right hand. And it looks kind of simple. I'm going to do it under the table now. Hang on one second. We're going to do it under the table. Nancy, no looking now. Okay. Oh, wait, you're allowed to look. And it comes apart. And there's no tricks. There's no bending. There's no, everything is solid wire. Yeah, you can bend the wire, but you don't have to. So it's just a matter of knowing where to put the different parts. And it takes most children, like junior high school age kids, about 10 to 15 minutes to make one. For kids who are experienced or confident, not that I ever was when I was that age, you can say, oh, you know how to do this one. Let's just add one additional piece right here. This is like 10 times harder to do than this one, believe it or not. This one's easy. This one, you'll go mad for hours. So the best thing is when the kid builds it and says, well, how do I take it apart? And I say, that's the fun. So go have fun. And they sit and they play, and suddenly they have two pieces, and they say, I don't know what I did. And I say, now put it together. And they say, well, would you do that? And I said, no. So they learn it, and then they can torture their friends, their siblings, and so on. So we're all set. We have instructions for people to take home if they want to do it at home and not here. But I'm set up here with a variety of long-nose pliers and cutters and stuff. So we're hoping for a good turnout.
Macy's here with us to make letter bead bracelets. Macy, would you show us how to do that, please?
Of course. So first you put the letters that you want on the string. I'm just gonna put some random ones. After that, you put a knot on the sides of the word, like this, to keep them in line. After this, you fold it in half. Put one of these pony beads on it so it's able to slide and adjust the size. After that, you tie knots on the end. You could put 2 pony beads, but you don't need to. And then like that, you have a bracelet.
What I did was take your piece of wood, take a picture, cut the picture out, put it on the piece of wood, tape it on there, and trace it. And once you're tracing it, it comes out, and you just have to do finish touches up, sand it a little bit, put some polyurethane on it, and when you're done, you get a wonderful picture like this that anybody can have.
We are taking apart old library workstations to show how the computers work, the components of the computer itself, and to kind of give you that hands-on experience of tearing apart to see what makes it tick. It's a lot of fun.
Hello, so we're going to be launching rockets today, and we have a young man who's going to demonstrate how to do it. Okay, so Amar, let's show them how you do it. So push the yellow button, and then we push the red button, and then the countdown, and then it blasts off.
Make the tails. So let's take let's open this up. Okay. Good. And what I'd like you to do is make a couple of lines along here. Yeah, right on the white part.
Is this yours?
Good. Keep on going.
All right.
Great. Okay, now do the other side.
Here you go.
Oh, let's do that. And we have to do one more. So let's do it right here. Great. Now keep on going.
I'm just saying.
I really wish you were. I have the better option. But she'll just keep getting
Right, exactly.
my little Chris Berman child.
Okay, here's one.
Yeah, you know what.
There's amount on here.
Try to hit everything. Nope.
computers are in the tent.
There's a lot of stuff inside too.
You want to catch the nice weather while it's nice.
Yeah.
And then the inside stuff.
Okay, so this is the third one.
This is a little single sheet book made out of one little bit of paper. So now we're going to open up that first fold we made, fold it back to the fold, and make it nice and sharp with your fingernail. I sometimes have trouble thinking how to make the words come out here. Then flip it over, flip your book all the way over, and fold the other loose flap back. Okay, 3 folds. We got 1 more to go. Open up your little bit of paper, print side up if there's print, and now make what we call a hot dog fold or a tofu dog fold the long way. Looking good. Okay, here's where to cut it. Go back to your first hamburger fold. And then here's where to cut. From the folded edge up 1 box. So all of these start out with 2 by 4 boxes. We fold that whatever sheet of paper you have into 8 pieces. Remember that part now? Make it like a tent. And then pull your hands away from each other. Actually, this one turned out to be a little easier to teach it to be a book, didn't it? Because it was small. Looking good. You can decide where the front is. Sometimes one side's easier than the other. I just love making this.
So at this table here, we have kids who are programming our Ozobots. So they are robots that follow different colored lines. So you can see you put the robot on a line and it will follow it around. And then different dashes of lines mean different things to the robots. So these kids are drawing and they're making their robots do all kinds of cool things. This is our community Lego build. So we're building and adding to this table as the day goes along. So each person is adding on to our little community. Here we have our gumdrop buildings. You can see kids have made awesome structures out of gumdrops and different patterns. Some of them have built houses. Some of them are making fractals, so different repeating shapes.
Thank you very much. My name is Rick Schulitz. I'm one of the leaders of STEM Scouts in Simsbury. STEM Scouts is a part of Boy Scouts of America, and it's an organization that does science, technology, engineering, math for elementary and middle school students. and we meet once a week. And right now, the middle school lab, we're doing robotics. We did computer programming a couple weeks ago. What else did you do, Sam? We worked on robots and drones, so having fun. We also do some biology stuff with DNA. So we've done a lot of different things over the years, and we're just here to make sure folks know about it. And if they're interested, that's great. My kids have been involved in it for 3 years now. So I have my 17-year-old wants to be going to computer science. So I'm pretty excited that she wants to do that, and so we're just trying to have fun doing STEM, and it's a really good program and builds some character and gets kids doing teamwork and a little leadership. And so that's STEM Scouts. And we're going to do an experiment today. Sammy, you want to show them the experiment? So you guys ever seen dry ice before? Yeah. And so dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, so it's really cold. And when you put it into water, yeah, it's good. It smokes, and that's pretty cool. But then you can put a bubble across the top if we're good.
So we're here today with Tony, who built this absolutely amazing tiny house, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it.
So it's about 160 square feet, and I built this on a landscape trailer, actually. So it's rated at 7,500 pounds, and it's all out of built all out of wood, floor to ceiling. Some of it is reclaimed, like the floor is from an old carriage house. And I got these doors here from at a tag sale, actually. Nice tag sale. The kitchen is built out of aromatic cedar. It's a red cedar, and that wood came out of somebody's basement. This is lumber that I milled. It's a spalted oak, and as you can see, the walls are from a house that was taken down, and it was built probably in the early 1800s. You can see the lath marks on the wall from where the plaster boards used to be. And the sleeping loft upstairs right now has a double-size futon bed in it, but it could hold a double-size or a queen-size bed. And there is a bathroom towards the back. That's about it. So, it took me about 60 days to build this. So.
And we're standing in front of this fabulous flower design on the courtyard. And Louise, would you just tell us, the history of the flower designs, where they come from?
Festival in Simsbury has begun 3 years ago, and we've had a total of 7 different carpets, usually done by artists. We had one at Christmas time at the Simsbury Historical Society, which was the Cardinal, all done with flowers. The idea originated when we visited Spello, Italy in June 2013. And in the city of Spello, every year they have this flower carpet festival that goes throughout the whole town, the whole village. This design that we have this year is on the compass at the public library, and it's done with yellow and red and white flowers and the stems. So we encourage here in Simsbury to have people participate in the design formation. Usually we have, as I said, artists from the town.
I'm Isaac Mullen, and I have a demonstration of various Arduino powered devices. This is an Arduino microcontroller. It's a tiny programmable computer that you can program from your home computer. It can run various different devices, such as right here, an Arduino controlled catapult. This catapult is completely automatic. It loads itself, fires itself, and pulls itself back. just like that.
Hi, my name's Joan Nagy, and I'm demonstrating the Cricut machine here in the library. And I'm going to make a little adorable squirrel for you to see. So here we go. So once you've chosen your design, you bring it up on a mat, which is a visual of the real mat here, which is where the Cricut design is going to be cut from. So here's our little squirrel riding his bicycle. And when we're ready to make a copy of the squirrel, we just click on Make It. Then we put our mat with paper on it in here. And we press Continue. We're going to tell it where our machine is. And right here it tells us to load our paper. So we're going to load our mat and paper. That didn't look like it worked right, so I'm just going to pause that and unload it. So I'm going to try that one more time. And we're going to try to load it again. That looks better. Okay. Then the little Cricut guy tells us it's time to go. When you press go, now you can see that it's cutting out the stencil. It's going to look similar to the one up there. It's very quick. You can use it to make cards. This is a little card I made. It's got an inside block that I pasted in.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.